Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to just do a video talking about the ups and downs, the pros and cons of reviewing stuff on YouTube or in general, right? Reviewing stuff could be Instagram, could be YouTube, could be TikTok, I guess. I guess it depends on what you're doing, right? I classify myself as a reviewer. I know some people say I'm a shower offer. I'm a first impressions or whatever. They just don't want to admit that they review shit. If you are buying or getting products or having people loan you products to show off on your YouTube channel, you're pretty much reviewing shit, right? But there's also a fine line, right? There's also people who are just promoting stuff, right? Like you watch their channel and all you see is basically positive ads, essentially. And then they give you a bunch of links to buy shit. Now, I give you a bunch of links to buy shit. Check the description. There's a bunch of links down there. Some of which give you a discount. Some of which don't. They just get me some kind of commission. Some of which I get no commission from. Right? But it's stuff that I hold in high regard, right? It's stuff that I believe in, that I enjoy. I've handled the product and enjoyed it. So I've asked for a link, been given a link, been given a code, whatever. Or I haven't been given a code or a link, and I just feel like sharing and putting the link down there. So you'll see all types of brands and companies down there. I'm expanding a little bit into pens. I'm expanding into some tech stuff. I actually have a package right here from Rolling Square. Link down below. They have a really cool cord, and it has basically every freaking cable you need, adapter you need on it. So you can charge anything you're carrying, whether it's Android, iPhone, just USB-A, USB-C, micro. It has that capability, and for me, that's perfect. Having one of those in every place. Like, for instance, again, I reached out about an affiliate link because I love their shit. I have their mini split ring thing right here that has a it has a lightning over here and a USB-C over here. This is just a mini that goes on your keychain if you want. So it doesn't have, you know, a ton of adaptability. But I also have, I don't know where I put it. I have another one. Thought it was in here. Maybe. Anyway, I have another one somewhere in here, I believe. Or I planned on putting it in here and forgot. I don't know where the hell I put that thing. But it's a longer one, and it has all the cords you need on it. It's just a little bit bigger, so it might not be perfect for everybody's keychain, right? But anyway, so the stuff that I really like and enjoy, I will link down below, right? But there's a downside to this when you're reviewing stuff. I guess if you're like me, where I just want to give you guys my opinion, I just want to give you my take. Like, do I alter how I deliver it sometimes? Yes. Sometimes I'll record an unboxing and I'll really something will go wrong. And it'll bother me, right? And I just can't let it go. You guys know me. And so the whole video is like me just harping on this one issue or whatever. And then I might solve that issue 4 minutes later after the video because I had a second to just be like, chill, you know? Well, if that happens a lot of times, I will just delete that video and I will record a first impression or something. And I'll tell you what happened, right? I'll tell you I deleted the video because of X, Y, and Z, and here's my opinion on it, right? And I think that's fair because I don't want to just bash things unnecessarily, right? But there's times where that's required, right? There's times where something is just not good, or not for me. You know, that's the other aspect here people need to understand, is that everything you hear out of my mouth on this channel is my opinion, right? Not much of it is fact. Yes, it's a fact that this blade length is whatever, right? But this blade shape not being perfect for X isn't really fact. That's my opinion on it, right? I like a low tip, so I don't like this clip point, right? That's just my opinion in my experience. And you have to, your job as a viewer is to take the information I give you, the opinion I give you, the review I give you, and decipher it down to what matters to you. Some of you take no stock in what I say. You literally just watch the video for entertainment because I'm a putz, or, you know, because you think I'm funny, or because I say dumb shit, or whatever, right? Some of you take high stock of what I say because you tend to have the same opinion, right? If you normally like sheep's foot blades with a hole, then you're more likely to agree with me on certain knives when I say this is really good because it has a sheep's foot blade and a hole, right? You know, you get what I'm saying. So you also have to take the information and do with it what you will. You can't just hold it against me, right? Because that's what happens a lot in the comments. People get angry about shit. And it's like, listen, I don't know that you love this knife and it's your favorite thing in the world, and I'm over here saying it's not good, right? If it's good for you, it's good for you. You know that. You have to have confidence in your own opinion, right? Don't let me sway you so easily. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but you guys get my point there. And then, you know, so I think what I wanted to talk about was sometimes things are not what I like. And it's tough. It's tough to, even when it's somebody I really like, their company that I really like. Here's an example. I'm carrying a Giant Mouse Ace Atelier today. And I am just absolutely falling head over heels for this knife. This is the titanium one. I also have the micarta one. They sent me both to review, and I signed up for their affiliate program because I like Giant Mouse, right? Good company, good people, good knives. But this particular knife I was a little concerned with because it's made in Italy. It's not one of the Riot made Giant Mice. So I got 2 knives sent to me. Both of them had QC issues. I contacted Giant Mouse, the lady I talked to in marketing. Shout out to Bridget, very nice lady. And whoever handles their Instagram, I'm not sure if it's Jack Farmboy or somebody else, but also fantastic customer service, great response. And they took care of it, right? They sent me a label and they sent me 2 new knives. What more can you ask for? Some would argue I could ask for good knives right off the bat. I get that. But shit happens. It's how you respond, right? At least that's my take on it. A lot of people are not like that, but it's how you respond for me. I like this knife more now than I did before I ever got the first 2, right? Like how do I say that right? I don't know. The way I feel about Giant Mouse and this knife has gone up. It's more positive now, even though I had a negative experience. Does that make sense? The way they handled it made my feeling of them raise up. So I got 2 new ones, and I don't know when this will post. I also did an unboxing and a first impression / disassembly of both knives. And there was some QC issues again. This one in particular had some Lockstick. And I have found a few times now, 2 or 3 times in the last year, somebody sends me a knife and there's no Lockstick. I get the knife and it has Lockstick. So sometimes I wonder, when this knife left the factory or the warehouse or wherever it's shipped from, did it have Lockstick, or is there something about my environment that causes it to appear? Like, I think it's humidity, honestly, that somehow swells the materials and causes Lockstick for me. I don't know. But I did take this apart, and I actually filed off. I took a file on my Leatherman Charge Plus to the lock face, and I just kind of filed it a little bit to try to, there was some, you know, stuff on there. This is a steel liner, so I didn't think I was going to scrape off any carbonizing or anything. And then I took it apart again, and I've carried it now for 2 days, and it's not gone, but it's way better, and I'm happy with it. So, you know, I for sure, and this is the weird part, this is what I'm saying, I'm a human being, right? So, you know, I'm gonna have changes of opinion. I'm gonna like one thing more than another. Like, that stuff's gonna happen, right? And there's just something about this Ace Atelier that I like so much that I am kind of overlooking the fact that it has a little bit of Lockstick, and I had to file it down, right? Once I got past that, you know, I had to let that go because it is frustrating at the time, obviously. But I put ceramic bearings in it. I cleaned it up. It's very, very smooth. The detent on this is money. I just really love this knife. I've Loctited it now. I got it dead nut centered. Ceramic bearings. It cuts like a beast. This Elmax is ground so well. They did such a good job on the edge. You know, beyond the Lockstick that I've now had on 2 of the titanium ones, I fucking love it. I do. And I like the micarta one almost as much. I don't know, there's something about the feel of this. It's almost like the complaint I had, which is the extra weight on this, is what I like about this. It's weird. If I hadn't have super glued this, I would totally swap the backspacer so I could have the titanium one on here. But for now, I'm just going to rock this. And, you know, we'll see what I do with the other one after I review it. If I do a giveaway or sell it or do some I don't know. But this is a great knife, guys. So even though there's been issues, I think I'm gonna say I highly recommend the Ace Atelier, and I would just recommend, this is where the promotion part comes in. I would recommend you use my link and my code. You can save $5 on your order if you order it direct from Giant Mouse. But the reason I say that is because I personally can attest to their customer service. So if you order it direct from them, you obviously have a better shot at just, you know, you have an issue, you just contact them. You don't have to deal with a dealer or anything. You know what I mean? But most dealers are very good about exchanges and returns. So if you happen to have an issue, they take care of it. But you know, so that'd be the only downside for me on this knife is beyond the stuff I'll get into in the review. I do have nitpicks, obviously. Lock bar access is probably the biggest one. Is the QC, you know. My experience so far is 2 out of 4, and one of the 2 that are good, I had to kind of, you know, tweak a little bit, and it's still not perfect, but, you know, for Italy, it's really good. I wish, and I will shout this to high heaven, to Giant Mouse, if they care to listen to me. Take this to Riot. Just, if Riot made this baby grand, oh my goodness, watch out. This thing would be incredible. It's very good as is, but just think about that. I think it would be really good. So, yeah, anyway, my point with that is, I have to tell you the good and the bad, right? And it's tough sometimes because I like Giant Mouse. All the people I've dealt with there have been amazing. So do I want to tell you the negative things? No, I don't want to have to do that, but I have to do that. It's just not, I can't live with myself if I just say, oh, well, this one's good, but I've had 4 now. You know what I mean? Like, you need to know everything. And I can tell you it in a certain way so it doesn't come off as bad, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, right? And if my experience is the opposite, Gavco, then I will tell you that too, right? But I'm not out to bash anybody or anything, but sometimes I gotta it's just telling you my experience. That's my job, basically. Another example is I'm carrying the Lancelot Leather clip slip I got. This is his new clip that Lynch Northwest makes. And this slip is amazing. I mean, the feel in hand, the finishing, the quality of it, the fit, everything is wonderful. The clip works really well, but the clip is obnoxious. It sticks out so far. And I did talk to Joe about it. I told him, I'm like, dude, I really like the slip, but this clip is just obnoxious. And he said he's talking to Lynch about it to see if they can, change it a little bit. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so talk to him. And he said he's been carrying one for like 6 months or something, and he's had no issues. And while I agree it's not like a big deal, I've already had a couple issues where I had it in my sort of back left mag pocket. That's where I carry things sometimes. And I've kind of like just run my hand across my side, and I'm just like jabbing myself with this thing. And then I got in my truck getting gas, and I had to kind of squeeze in the door a little bit, and this thing just went and just went right across my fucking whatever this is, the side panel. And I got a big scratch mark right here from it. So is it the end of the world? No. If you carried it in your front pocket, it probably wouldn't matter much. But not everybody's going to carry it that way, So personally, I like the other clip better, but it's just because of the ramp. Like, if they could just make it normal, I would be so much happier. He did say something about I could try to bend it down or something. I've had this for a day, but I'll keep carrying it and see. But right now, that's kind of my issue with this. I still think it's great. I still would recommend it. Just, I want to put that out there, and just so you keep it in mind, right? Not trying to dissuade anybody. I love Joe and his work. This leather is fucking phenomenal. It really is. It feels amazing. The stitching, all of it is so wonderful. So, that's the clip slip. So that's another example where begrudgingly I give you my experience on that, right? So yeah, just kind of a ramble about stuff and how I strive to be 100% honest with you guys, right? Like, I know sometimes I come across like I'm selling shit, because I am. Like, I guess, right? I am. Like, I have links. I'm promoting things people send me. But you guys should know that I'm only doing it with products I actually believe in and would want to have you buy, if that makes sense. That I would buy myself. I don't always buy them myself because sometimes they're given to me, right? I can't really help that. I'm not going to just go out of my way to buy it. You know what I mean? If I could get it. But a lot of cases, I do that. Like somebody sends me a prototype and I really like the knife. Maybe I know personally I'm not going to end up keeping it, but it's such a good knife and such a good person. I want to reward that, right? So I want to support that. So I'll buy one. you know, and then I'll get it in and I'll sell it. Whatever, right? So, yeah. Anyway, pros and cons to the YouTube review game, I guess. I try not to take myself too seriously, but, you know, I do review shit, I guess. So, yeah. The pros are, you know, I get to check out a lot of good fucking shit. You know, it's a lot of fun, and I get to interact with you guys on a daily basis, and I really enjoy that. You guys make it a pleasure. Even the trolls out there, you guys are a blast to fuck around with in the comments. Yeah. So, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. And if any of you guys ever consider starting a YouTube channel, you know, feel free to hit me up. People who reach out, I try to give them advice and shit as much as I can. I'm no expert by far. I mean, especially if we're talking about like lights and setup and shit. I can tell you what I use, but you know, that's not my forte. My forte is to fucking ramble, and apparently you guys listen to it, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys ever have questions about how things work, because I know from watching other channels, a lot of times it seems like there's a lot of behind the scenes shit, you know. And there is to an extent, but I'm as transparent as it gets. So if you guys have questions, lay it on me. I'm happy to answer them. I want people to know what's going on, you know. I want you guys to feel like you're part of this, you know, because you are. You're a huge part of it. So I think I'm going to shut up now. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And, hey, check out those links down below. I'll catch you later. Peace.